And if you were up
Sure.
against me when I was doing SEO, I'm going to get 3 things to outrank you. I'm going to push you out of the top 5.
So you're saying not only do you have to get to the spot, you have to fight to keep your number 1 rank. Welcome to the Takeover with Tim and Cindy, where we show you how to dominate every area of life and business. Let's get winning. Welcome back to the Takeover with Tim and Cindy. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about which marketing avenues are best for your business. You probably have thought about how do you market, how do you get more revenue, how do you get more clients, and we do marketing on a day-to-day. It's our bread and butter. We speak to a lot of entrepreneurs, first-time business owners to large companies that are scaling. And the questions that we get asked all get boiled down to which marketing avenue is best to use right now. So we decided that it would be a good episode to dissect the different marketing channels or avenues that are available to you as a business owner, as an online entrepreneur, and which ones we recommend you use depending on your goals. So we're going to go through 7 marketing avenues specifically. We're going to lay out the pros and cons, and then you can decide based on those, based on your goals, which ones are the best to use right now to grow and scale your business. So are you ready, Tim? I'm going to be asking you the questions. Tim's the marketing pro.
Yeah, I'm excited. So today's episode, definitely make sure to pay attention, make sure to take notes. Every situation is going to be different. We are very much B2B, high ticket sales, enterprise sales, companies that are selling anywhere from 2,000 to 2 million plus type products. So there's going to be a little bit different approach that we're going to take, but we will definitely touch on pros and cons and kind of give examples of different scenarios for each situation, and also bust just a lot of myths because there is so much confusion out there that it can be pretty overwhelming where the next channel you should tap into should be, and really, where you should start, depending on whether you're already doing $100 million a year or $10 million a year, or you're just starting a business. There can be a lot of confusion on where to start, where to go next and such. And so we'll kind of break down based off of what we do, but also for other type of industries and companies, we'll make sure to add pros and cons. So really at the end of the day, you're going to have to walk away from this and figure out what is your highest priority for where you're going to put your activity next. I will say this. It's better to have one channel producing really great results than 3 producing mediocre results. Because if you can really attack one channel, get it crushing it, build systems around it, scale that thing to the max, then you can move to the next channel, so on and so forth. And you also have to think about where are your priorities. Am I looking to get a quick return on investment? Do we need to get this channel producing revenue quickly, max out the revenue of this channel, and then move to something else? Are we okay with revenue, or are we maxed on clients right now and we're looking for more of a long-term strategy? You have to really figure out what is the goal of your marketing and client acquisition strategy, so that knowing that, you'll be able to we'll kind of walk through which platform is going to produce different results now versus long-term versus ROI, client acquisition costs, and all that.
Yes, absolutely. So step 1, identify what is your goal. What is the outcome that you want to achieve with your marketing efforts? Is it, as Tim mentioned, to grow and scale your revenue? Do you need clients right now? Or is it more so to build brand authority, brand awareness? Is it a long-term strategy that you're looking for? Because that will help to best inform which approach to take. Okay, top 7 online marketing strategies. The first we have is affiliate marketing.
Affiliate marketing is a lot of people kind of talk about it. Not a lot of people know about it. Some people make a lot of money from it.
Yeah.
Now, let me just be very clear. Let's say you're doing affiliate marketing, which is essentially where other people are going to be promoting your service, your product to their list, or they might be running their own ads to promote your product, and then they get a commission or percentage off of your product. Now, affiliate marketing is really good if two things are in place for you. Number one, you have a very proven sales process, sales funnel. Whether you're selling everything online and that's just leading to a traffic funnel, you have to have very proven metrics that can say very tangibly, here's what the outcome is. Here's Mr. Affiliate, Mr. and Mrs. Affiliates. Here's what you can expect by sending traffic to us.
Yes.
Proven. Same with if it's a sales team. If you have a sales team where you're selling a higher price program, higher ticket program through a sales team, you have to show proven metrics about what you can sell, what you can close, so that if people are sending traffic your way, you can show them the opportunity. That's very important. So, like for instance, if Tony Robbins, if anybody here knows Tony Robbins, he has a very attractive affiliate network. Because he's Tony Robbins. If you send people through Tony Robbins' funnel, it's going to convert well. It's proven. It's got a good track record. Tony is going to take very good care of his top performing affiliates. Like, he can attract really good affiliates. If you're a newer entrepreneur with a newer offer, with not a proven sales process, you don't have that kind of clout, it's going to be very hard to attract affiliate marketers. So the affiliate marketers that you are going to attract are going to be very low quality, right? So if you already have really proven processes, you can go to a group of affiliate marketers and say, here is marketing collateral I'm going to give to you. So you have affiliate marketing collateral to give to them so that they can promote that on their list and their audience. If you have a very proven sales process where you can show them the story of what's in it for them, here's what you can expect, then absolutely go do affiliate marketing. If you don't have a proven sales process, proven track record, and you don't have that kind of data, it's not a good place to start. You're gonna be spinning your wheels. You're gonna get some affiliates that can't produce.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing, it has to be a win-win. It has to be a win for the affiliate that's going to be sending traffic your way. They have to benefit from this relationship. And on the other side, for you have to make sure that you have a proven sales process, an amazing fulfillment or customer service, client experience, so that the people that the affiliate is actually sending your way are getting well taken care of, and that you can prove you can actually convert those leads into paying clients.
Affiliate marketers put their own time, money, energy, and attention to market your product. If I'm a good affiliate marketer, which is what you want to get good affiliate marketers, you have to show them that you have the best opportunity for their time, energy, and attention, because there's millions of opportunities.
They could just go somewhere else.
Plenty of places.
And make a lot of money. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that was number 7. Let's go into number 6, webinars. Oh, the beloved webinar. Coaches love webinars.
I think a lot of people love webinars and just like online course. I just want an online course and a webinar.
Passive income.
And I'm just going to drink margaritas on the beach and
get
rich.
Runs on autopilot.
Well, it runs on autopilot.
It's the dream.
Yeah. I mean, like, yes, it is the 2017 dream. That is like, they keep hoping that it comes back.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, sure, webinars are awesome. If you can get somebody to register for your webinar, sit down, actually show up to the webinar, sit down, watch the whole webinar, and then the webinar is good enough to get them, after the million other webinars they've watched before, to actually get them to pay money or take action. It's fantastic. And do webinars still work? Yeah, they do still work. Are they effective and efficient for everybody? Absolutely not. However, I'm going to use this example of, I always like to bring up, of why is there so much supply for get-rich-quick programs?
Because of the demand. People want to get rich quick.
Because the demand.
Yeah.
If people didn't want to buy into the fantasy of getting rich quick, the supply wouldn't exist. The reason the supply exists is because there's a demand for it. The reason why people sell so much webinar marketing and like, hey, get rich on autopilot, build a course, sell through a webinar and get rich on autopilot. The reason why that exists is because there's a demand for it, because it's easy to sell.
Yeah.
Just imagine I'm selling you, have people watch through an entire hour of your content before they even get on the phone with you. So they get on the phone and they're warm and they're red hot. Like, it's a dream. It's a fantasy. And then sell them a program that they're going to pay thousands of dollars for, and you can just watch it in the cloud. Like that actually worked really, really well. Like 2016, 17, even 18. In 2018, I ran an art of webinar. I thought I was crushing it. It was I'm not making like $1 million a month, but that was when my first taste of selling info products was 2018. I'm making like $10,000 a week. I'm like, wow, like I thought I was the guru. I thought I was like it, and I was just like crushing it, and so like, and it worked. And I know when you first launched your very first business,
coaching offer, ran a webinar, made money on autopilot. I was selling a $297 course, and it worked. People would sign up and they would purchase, and it was on autopilot. Honestly, it was the dream. You're making money, and you barely have to do anything to get people to show up to the webinar. But that's the biggest thing, right? Why would you say webinars don't work today, or at least are not as effective as they were when you and I were running it a few years back?
Because traffic. A B2C offer, like a business to consumer, say I'm selling a health offer, a fitness offer, or I'm like a career coaching offer to like college grads, something like that'll work better because these folks generally have more time to sit down, watch through a whole training. They want to get the free resources. That'll work. On a B2B side, a more sophisticated audience, a high-level CEO, an owner, these folks, to get them to register, show up to a webinar, sit down and watch an hour webinar is very difficult, and you have to get traffic.
Yes.
I mean, man, it's been a minute since I've looked at what the numbers are, but it's say you get 100 people that register for your webinar, you get 100 people to land on your webinar page, you get maybe 30 people that actually sign up for the webinar. That would be pretty good numbers, 30% conversion, and then what? I don't know, I forget the numbers exactly. 50% show up. Right? So 100 people that you got to land on your page, traffic. 30 people register, 15 show up. Only half of those show up. And then of those, if you can get like 10% of those to convert, that's 1.5. So you have to get 100 really interested people just to get one person maybe to convert on a B2C offer that's like under $1,000, maybe $300-$400. And then a big shift that happened years ago was instead of selling programs on the webinar, because it started costing people more money to get traffic to their webinar than they were actually making on the ads. And this ad costs keep going up. So this is like people are started losing money on webinars in some cases, or barely making any money. So they started saying, hey, let's take the same course that we were selling, let's turn it into a group program, sell it for $5K, sell it for $10K, and have a salesperson sell it. So the webinar was now setting up meetings. Those meetings were now being sold, where you're selling a course basically and calling it a group coaching program. For $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000, and so that worked. But like it's still becoming, the client acquisition cost still got higher and higher and higher. So it is like a dream, but it's so hard. You have to be such an incredible marketer.
Yes.
To get that to be like actually work. I know
there's
people.
So many moving parts.
There's so many, and I know people that are incredible marketers, and it's difficult for them.
Yes, there's so many moving parts. I think about the webinar. Yes, you have to get traffic to the landing page. How do you get traffic? Maybe you run ads. Maybe you have a warm audience. I mean, warm audiences, how big are they usually, right? Not that big. So to consistently get traffic to your webinar day after day, week after week, to have ads that are running, to have that landing page, the funnel, to send people these emails to remind them of, make sure that you show up. I mean, it's really, really complex. So I think if your goal is to get clients immediately, like I need clients today, I need clients tomorrow, the webinar wouldn't be the way that we'd recommend that you go, because it is a longer term play. If you don't have revenue coming in consistently,
you need money.
You need money, right? So if you don't have revenue, running ads to a webinar is not going to be your fastest or most efficient way to get new clients in the door.
Yeah. And unless you're a really sophisticated marketer, the lead conversion from traffic to actually clicking on your ad, to landing on your page, to actually registering, to showing up, to not just showing up, but to watching the whole dang thing, and then to actually take the call to action at the end, to then actually get them to show up to your sales call, then to convert them.
Oof, that's a cycle.
You have to be a very sophisticated marketer to really pull that off well.
Yes.
And you have to have tens of thousands of dollars in ad testing to do that. if you're a great marketer. And even so, you're not, I mean, a lot of the marketers I know now, they do self-liquidating where they're not even trying to make money on the webinar. They just want the webinar to pay for itself so that the people that bought the course, they can upsell them stuff. So you look at a lot of these like big, like influencers, like the Grant Cardones and the Dean Graziosis and the Tony Robbins, like a lot of these lower ticket offers that they're selling up front that you see through these programs, they're not making money on that.
Just to break even. Yeah.
To break even, to build their list so they can sell to their list. But they're not making money on these small programs, these, 550, they're not making money on those.
So that was webinars. Okay, let's go to the next one. SEO or search engine optimization. Pros, cons, and if somebody is looking to do that type of SEO, what do they need to have in place?
Yeah, I love SEO. I really do.
You ran an SEO company.
Ran an SEO company. Yeah. I actually, so I ran a detailing shop. It was fantastic. I got really good at SEO. We had 20, 30 calls coming in a day. And we weren't selling $20 car washes. We were selling, $250, $500 high level car detailing jobs. So, this was, and once we were set up there, it was free traffic. However, you have to be very good. And it's like a king of the hill, king of the mountain. I don't know. I forget the exact term, but it's like, imagine whatever the top 3 results on a search. Say somebody goes out there, they search, I don't know, just insert your service here. Say
search on Google.
Car detailing.
That's what we're talking about.
HVAC. You go on to Google, you search for marketing services, whatever that is. The vast majority of the traffic, of the people, of the money is going to flow to those top 3 results.
The top 3 results that show up on Google.
Top 3. Okay. So those top 3 that are up there, those are people that have spent money, time, energy to get there. And they could have been spending time, money, energy to get there for years in a lot of cases. And they're making money off those searches, which means if you want to go take those positions, you've got to dethrone those folks, those top 3 folks. Front page doesn't do anything for you unless you're up the top half, right? So we'll get you on front page. You're like, well, 9, no one's fighting for 9 because 9 doesn't make money.
That's true.
9 doesn't make money.
I only click the first, probably the first 1 or first 2.
Very few go
Google.
past that. Yeah. I mean, we were doing 20, 30 calls a day because we were number 1 in every city in like Kansas and Missouri, like in the main Kansas City metro area. We were, Leawood, Overland Park. We were the top. We were in the top 3 and I dominated. It was like our Yelp was top, our Google Maps was top. It's like sometimes the top 3 or 4 we were just flooded with calls. To this day, I sold that company. I had put so much backlinks and SEO. To this day, most of those searches, and I don't think the guy that bought the company from me has done much SEO. To this day, he has not been dethroned because there's so much behind that. So just remember, if somebody's top 3 and they're dominating, they've put a lot of time, money, energy to get there. And so you have to not just start doing SEO, you have to outdo everything that they've ever done to get there.
Wow.
Which is cool. If you have money, if you have the right SEO company, most SEO companies are not good, or let's just put it this way: they have to be so good that they can beat out everybody else, except for like 1 or 2. If they can get you at least 3rd or 2nd, they don't have to be They don't have to be the best SEO company, but they have to be really good. And if you look across the board, most SEO companies are not very good at all. And not only that, if you go take those positions, you're taking money out of somebody else's company because that traffic, instead of flowing to them, is flowing to you now.
Yeah.
You think that person that spent time, money, energy to get to those top 3 spots, when they see you all of a sudden show up, then, oh, well, he got the spot. No. It's your turn. Enjoy the money. We had a good run.
They're going to do whatever it takes to get back up to number 1 spot.
And if you were up against me when I was doing SEO, I'm gonna get 3 things to outrank you. I'm gonna push you out of the top 5.
So you're saying not only do you have to get to the spot, you have to fight to keep your number 1 ranking.
You have to keep it. So
time, effort, energy, money.
That said, I love SEO because if you have the money, the talent, the resources, and the right SEO team to do it,
you take over.
Once it's there, You're getting traffic of people that are searching for your service. They see you showing up. It's free.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
free
talk
at
about that
point.
too. It's search based, right? Which means that people that are typing on Google, they're looking for a certain service. They're already problem aware. So they know I have a problem. Say my AC is broken. I'm looking for AC repair companies in Miami. I know I have a problem and I'm searching specifically for a solution to that problem.
Yeah.
Right? Which some other marketing avenues that we're going to talk about, you might not be reaching people that are problem aware. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing about SEO is you're mentioning is people are already searching for a solution to the problem.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic if you're local to really, but you have to know, you have to be good.
So local businesses, storefronts.
Fantastic. Storefronts. It's really good. You get lots and lots and lots and lots of positive reviews. Now, if you're doing national stuff, a lot of great stuff there. It's just, it is a long-term play. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to say, I'm in this for the long haul and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And you got to, this is not for the rookie.
Okay. So that's SEO, y'all. So let's look at PPC, pay per click. This is advertising on Google or Bing.
Yeah, so people are same search as SEO. Somebody does a search on Google, Bing, and they are going to have those ads that show up at first, right? And that is PPC where you're paying per click, pay per click. So fantastic if you know the game. Fantastic if you have money, if you have a high converting landing page, if you have a high converting funnel, if you can outspend the competitors, phenomenal. Mm-hmm. If you know that game, if you know the paid game, if you can outspend your competitors, fantastic. Because here's the thing is you don't have to wait for SEO. SEO is awesome because once you're up there, you're getting that traffic for free. People kind of trust the free stuff. Less and less so. People are really trusting the ads more so than they used to. When I was in the game, it was like everybody didn't trust the ads. I think now I know a lot of people that are like, it's just more, people do trust the ads a lot more now than they used to, but still people trust the organic results more. Mm-hmm. And so when you're running the SEO, you're getting the free. But the nice thing about this is you could actually put up some ads. You could test to actually see the intent of these keywords, see if these are like, hey, instead of spending the next 6 months doing SEO, I'm going to take this group of keywords that I know that there's people searching. I'm going to see if there's money there. I'm going to test it. Okay, there is money there. Maybe I could now do SEO on these. So if I'm going to do SEO, I'll always test PPC first before I spend the next 4, 5, 6 months getting my site to rank. On the other side, if you have your sales funnel dialed in and you have a really good PPC manager and you have good lifetime value for your clients, fantastic. However, if the person you're going out, remember it's a competition because there's only a few spots. If the person that was making money in that slot for the search before sees you show up, if they can outspend you because they make more money over the lifetime cycle of their client, if you're making $10,000 on a client, and then they end up making $30,000 or $40,000 off that client because they're going to keep that client for longer. They're going to make more money. They have a better back end upsell program. They could break even on that. They don't need to make money on the first sale because they know long term they're going to make the money.
Yeah.
And they will outspend you and you'll just get burned. And it's the same way as like when Walmart was really expanding. What Walmart would do is they would move into these small towns. They would put their store right next door to the local stores. They would drop their prices below, like just insanely drop them below their own cost. So that Walmart would lose money. So that everybody would shop at Walmart, stop shopping at the old school local store because the local store couldn't compete. That store would go out of business. Once they would go out of business, Walmart would raise their prices back up.
Wow.
So when we're looking at the ad game, it really is who understands the game the best, who has the spend, who can afford to lose money in the short term because they have a good LTV, a lifetime value. They make more money over the long term value of a client. And so it is not where I would start unless I wouldn't start there until you have a very good understanding of your sales process funnel, just a more sophisticated setup. And it's tempting because it seems so easy. I'll just set up an ad and there's traffic will come to me. And then you'll see sometimes, like I've seen this happen so many times where it works for a while. Like you and I both know people that were renting exotics, and their ads were working great. They were renting exotics in Miami. Then the person that was already established here went in and outspent them.
Start to spend more.
And then, and so they weren't able to compete anymore renting out their exotics. And so I've seen this happen a lot. And so it's a great place to be once you have a lot of money to spend. And if you're okay just burning through a decent amount of money to really establish yourself as king for a lot of those keywords.
Yeah. I think what people don't think about when it comes to any marketing strategy is how much money and time, effort, you're going to have to spend up front to test a strategy, right? To get it to work, and then have the money to continue running that strategy. So keep in mind, folks, that you need money up front to test. You need money up front to test ads, but in this case, we're talking about PPC, pay-per-click. You need money up front to be able to test, okay, you can maybe test 4 or 5 different offers, 4 or 5 different keywords, which one is producing the best ROI for us. And that can take a little bit of money to test up, right, up front. And then when you find the highest producing one, you can double down on that. But you need money to test up front.
You need to be okay with just spending a lot. Spending a lot, finding 3 or 4 campaigns that work really well, doubling down on those, optimizing those, monitoring those.
Yeah.
But it might take you 10 campaigns, like a bunch of different tests to find those winners.
Yes.
If you're expecting to just spend a little bit here, a little bit there, you're gonna be on a roller coaster where it's like one week you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm making so much money. Then the next week it's gonna be losing you money. You just got to be willing to spend so much money that you have so much data on so many different campaigns over a period of time.
Yeah.
Where you can go, okay, I know over a period of time, these ones, if I'm spending this much money, will make me money. These ones won't. I'll turn those off. But if you're just doing little data tests, it's gonna be just an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, I think what's important to know too, ladies and gents, is what we're teaching you now, just in terms of marketing and these different avenues, you may not be the one to execute on them as the entrepreneur, but some of what we're discussing, you can be asking. If you're speaking to a marketing agency, you're speaking to somebody that you want to hire to execute for this or to execute on this for you, you can ask them these questions to test their expertise. And anything that we invest in, we make sure that we know what's going on the back end. And so people are not just blowing ad spend or doing things that we don't know about. So make sure that you're educated on these different marketing avenues so that you can best be the business owner, the entrepreneur, and actually ask the right questions when you're sitting in front of a marketing person that's telling you, hey, we're going to get your PPC to get you 5 clients in like 5 days.
Yeah. And just remember, as the entrepreneur, that I like the example of, it's not the best written book that sells, it's the best sold book.
Yep.
The best sold. So as an entrepreneur, there's no higher value than the ability to sell.
Yes.
Sell through marketing, sell through recruiting, sell on the phone. Your ability to sell through any channel, whether that be recruiting, selling good talent on you, that be through marketing, selling traffic to come to your website instead of another person's website, selling on social media to click on your ad versus somebody else's. The ability to influence is the number one skill that entrepreneurs need to have. And if any entrepreneurs don't have that skill, it's a very important skill to have.
Yeah.
Like it's going to affect every area of your business. And so you don't have to know like the mechanics and the nuts and bolts of how everything works, but you want to know enough about your marketing, your sales, and your recruiting that like you have enough skill to hire somebody and keep them accountable.
Yes.
Because if you don't know how to keep somebody accountable in the most important roles of your entire company, then the control and growth of your company is going to be outside of your control. It's going to be in the control of the person you hire because they're the ones with the keys, the secret sauce that you have no idea about how it's being done. And then if they leave or they don't do a good job, you don't know how to replace that.
You're back to square one. Yeah, for sure. Okay, next one, number 3, content marketing. So here we're talking about posting consistent videos, blogs, ebooks, etc.
Yeah, I love content marketing. I mean, that's what we're doing right now. Yeah. We're creating content. You're really good with creating content. I'm a little bit more ready, fire, aim. Content marketing is fantastic. If you are okay with just putting your head down, saying, I'm going to I'm going to put my head down, build content. I'm going to go find an editor. It doesn't have to be here in the US. You could get an editor, in the Philippines or in India. Keep your costs low, find a project manager. You're going to dedicate the time to doing the research for your videos. If you're going to, if you're going to go all in on content marketing and say, I'm going to do this as a very full-time focus for the next year, 2 years, it can really pay off.
Yeah.
And it will pay off. And I know people that have done well for it. But if you're looking for doing some post or to buy some 90-day content marketing program that's going to make you rich, it's just not going to happen. I mean, there's so much noise out there. Just some posting. If you're looking to get clients right now, it's a horrible strategy. Now, if you already have clients, if you already have leads and sales coming and you've got a sales team, content marketing is really good for your sales funnel to build trust, to build, like for our sales team, we have so much content and so many case studies, so many different pieces that they actually have the resources where if they're talking to one person, maybe they don't close on that call. They have a piece of content based off that conversation. They go, hey, I was thinking about you, wanted to send you this video. They send them this valuable content. It could be one of our YouTube videos. It could be one of our podcast videos, whatever. And then now all of a sudden we're adding value to this person. Or if they Google us, if they research us, they're finding this content. Fantastic. If you already have a running up and running sales funnel. So that's the way that I would really think about leveraging content is it's kind of like SEO too, is in when you really build it out and it gets working really well at scale, it is free warm traffic.
Yes.
But the amount of people underestimate the amount of dedication, consistency, and it really requires a staff. There's no way like one person is going to do that, do their editing, so
run a business.
You got to have a project manager. You've got to have an editor. You've got to have like a graphic designers. Like you got to have all that stuff.
Copywriters, the works.
Yeah.
I think it's if you are looking to build brand authority, brand awareness, build out your personal brand. I think there's room for you to start on doing that. And the best place to start is today. If you haven't yet started to build your personal brand, I think there is a lot of benefit behind it with the intent that you're knowing to build the brand, right? Like that your goal is to build out your brand. If, however, you are looking to get clients immediately and you need revenue in the door, building a personal brand is like a long-term play. It's a long-term strategy. So it just depends on what your goal is at the end of the day. So if building brand awareness is your goal, content is an amazing way to build authority, to build your brand. Because if somebody Googles you, they see all your videos pop up, they can see you as the authority of whatever topic you're talking about, right? Maybe it's marketing or outbound or fashion, whatever that is for you. Content allows you to be seen as the go-to authority in your space for that specific topic. Another way, though, that content allows you to can be a great way to actually build leads and to build revenue and potential clients down the line is email marketing, right? So if I post a YouTube video and I have a lead magnet at the bottom, I get people to opt into my lead magnet. I collect their email address. I can then nurture them and sell them something down the line. We don't own Facebook and Instagram and all those people. Like people might be following us, but we don't necessarily have their contact information.
Yes.
If you have an email list, somebody's opted in to learn more about what you're doing, or they've opted in to be contacted by you. That's a great way you can leverage that email list to market and to sell them down the line.
You own the list. You don't own the platform.
Correct.
It's like we saw with Facebook. What was it back in 2015 when company pages were very much promoted in the feed, and people were making a lot of money off that. And then Facebook really made a shift to prioritize their ads. They really wanted people spending money on ads instead of making free money. And we see this happen with all the platforms.
So many platforms, yeah.
And companies overnight that were killing it on Facebook, the company pages, like literally overnight, businesses went under because Facebook's there to make money, and they make money from running ads. And if you're making money not running ads, they eventually want that money to flow to them, not to you.
Yes. So if you are reliant on social media and creating content solely on that platform, you are left to the ups and downs that the platform might have. And one day, like Instagram went out and everybody freaked out. But you're also left to, how is the platform going to change? Are they going to all of a sudden decide to run ads or introduce ads? Are they going to completely shift the algorithm changes, right? Those happen like 500 times a year. So you need something that is more reliable and more predictable. If you're going to do content, make sure you're at least grabbing people's contact information so that you can own that data to market and sell them down the line.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, get their email.
For sure.
Have a lead magnet for sure. Social.
Number 2 is social media marketing or paid social.
Paid social is awesome. We spend a lot of money with Mark Zuckerberg.
We have.
You know, it's really good. Specifically, I would say when you have a funnel that works. So if you don't have a proven sales process or a proven sales funnel, it's going to take you a lot of money to prove that process out. For instance, we built our first company together from outbound, 7 figures outbound, very high profit margins. That allowed us to take those profit margins, go, spend a bunch of money with Mark Zuckerberg. And we already had, from our outbound, we already had really good sales processes in place. That was dialed in. We knew what our close rates were. We knew what our show up rates were. We knew all those KPIs. We had dialed in our all of our warm up funnel, all of the nurture sequences that had been dialed in, tested, running. So we knew that worked. And we knew we just needed to put more meetings on the calendar, at different times. And the ads lets you kind of turn that up, turn it down as you need. If we need more meetings this week, boom, I can turn on some ads and we got some more meetings this week. So that's what we wanted to get into there. And we were able to dial in the pieces before we did the ads. And so now when we went out to do the ads, we'd already done 1,000 calls with this audience. So we know their hopes, fears, desires, dreams. So we were able to create very good ads and we were able to create very good like sales video, VSO. We were able to create a very good funnel. And yet still, and we have one of the best performing VSL funnels for our space right now. And even still, you're going to spend tens of thousands of dollars just to test your ads after you build all that stuff out. So even still, it's, to really balance your client acquisition cost, it can be difficult unless you really know the game. And once you know the game, it's a very powerful tool though. Yeah. I mean, we're going to keep spending a lot of money with Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. I've had a lot of entrepreneurs say, like, I tried Facebook ads and it didn't work. And I think a lot of it is because they didn't account for the budget of testing, right? Like, you have to test your funnel. You have to have enough money to test different ads, different creatives, different copy, different headlines in order to find a really high producing asset that you can then replicate and turn up and turn down, as you were mentioning that we do. So paid ads is a great channel if you do have the bandwidth and the budget to test and then double down on that. And you have to get really good at creative as well, right? Because if I'm a solo coach, I'm competing against the Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi's of people that are really high level in our space that have spent thousands of dollars on ads, that have tested hundreds of thousands of creative, and they know what's working. And if I come in, I'm a solo coach and I'm just starting on ads, I maybe haven't accounted for that budget or for the fact that everybody else is also spending a lot of money on the ads. And so do you have good enough creative to catch people's attention? Do you know your ideal client's pains, hopes, desires, frustrations well enough that they can see your ad and feel like, hey, this person's speaking directly to me? So again, our goal here with what we're talking about is that you have to be able to see where you're at. What is your budget? What is your goal? What are you trying to achieve when you are determining which avenue for marketing is best for your business?
I agree. Yeah. So my answer is I love it. I love Meta. I'm thankful for Meta. But unless you got your systems dialed in, I wouldn't start there.
The last marketing channel, number 1, is outbound marketing. Our absolute favorite for a few reasons, not just because we do it. The reason why we selected outbound marketing as an avenue and as a channel to really double down on is because we've seen the tangible benefits that it's done for our business. We scaled to our first 7 figures doing outbound marketing alone, but we've also seen the results it's helped our clients achieve as well. So what are some of the pros and cons of doing outbound marketing, and what is outbound?
So outbound is the oldest and most reliable channel. You think of, we've talked about this before. We think of the printing press and the post office brought us direct mail, right? We think of telephones brought us cold calling. We think of the internet, brought us access to be able to now promote through the internet. Email brought us email marketing. Social media brought us DM marketing. We think of a lot of these, like, how do we go out and reach out to our clients? Now, the kind of drawback about outbound marketing is it's not efficient for selling like lower price items. Like, I'm not going to go make a bunch of money by doing outbound selling coffee mugs. Right? PPC, SEO is going to be much better if somebody's searching for coffee mugs, show up in front of that, because my cost per click is going to be much lower on that compared to, if somebody's searching for personal injury lawyers, you might pay $500 for one click, right? Whereas, for coffee mugs, it might be 3 cents for a click. So that doesn't make sense for me to go do outbound to sell coffee mugs. So I definitely wouldn't do it in a scenario where you're selling very low price items. Where it works really well, and this is why if you were to go sell your company right now, you'll get more money for your company than with good outbound systems than any other marketing channel. Is that if you do have a higher priced item, maybe you're a marketing agency, a SaaS agency, maybe you sell coaching or consulting services or HR or recruiting, or you just have your clients are worth more money. Outbound allows you to reach out to your entire addressable market. Yeah. You can get, we personally in our company have access to over 500 million contacts and growing. And we can go find, here's your market, here's the people, let's go get their contact information. This could be, the outbound could be like cold email. This could be social media DMs, like LinkedIn's a popular one for B2B. If you're more B2C-ish, it could be something like, Instagram DMs. The social platforms, again, those can be a little bit more up and down, just like we were talking about with like posting content there. But you get a reliable channel like a cold email, and then if you are good, you have a really good funnel for converting colder meetings. That would be cold calls. These channels they change the least amount over time in history, as I kind of walk through in that example. So if you do have a higher ticket, this allows you to go, here's my entire market. Let me strategically map out how I reach every single person in this entire market. And you can we've tested, you can reach out to that same market upwards to once a month if you really know how to do the right strategies. Yeah. Even though your total addressable market is only 200,000 people, you're essentially reaching out to 2.4 million people every year, because you're hitting the same market once a month. And you'll find that when you're hitting the same market once a month, there's going to be times when people need and don't need yours. So what you're going to do is with outbound, people don't respond to cold email, cold calls unless there is a more urgent need. Like, they just don't. The people don't respond to cold interruptions if they don't need the service. They respond when they need it. So you have an ability to keep hitting this market, and eventually everybody in that market, if they are at one point or another going to need your service, you're going to be able to tap into that audience. And because you're not paying a platform like Google, you're not paying a platform like LinkedIn or Facebook, or I guess it's Meta, Instagram. You're not paying. Your profit margins are a lot higher. So these are just a few of the reasons why, if you were to go sell your company, you're going to get more money for the right outbound systems than you will for any other channel, because it's the most scalable, it's the most reliable, it's the least changing, and it's going to be your most profitable. So I always tell people, if you have a higher ticket item, at least $2,000, at least $500 a month, $400 a month, start with outbound, because your cost is going to be lower. That's going to allow you to perfect your sales systems, your conversion systems, your testing. And you don't have to go spend $20,000 in Facebook ads to see if your funnel even works. Yes. Right? You get, and then once that gets dialed in, max out as far as you possibly can on cold email. Okay, that's done. Now, where's your next source? Is that maxing out on like LinkedIn outreach? Max out. Okay, that's like maxed out. Once those two are maxed out, let's go now add cold calling onto this. So now we're maxing out. And now you could have a $50 million, $100 million plus business that nobody really knows about. It's not like you're not like a Facebook guru, right? Nobody knows about you, but like you're actually making money on that and dominating that space. So just imagine now you're not waiting, as we've talked about in other episodes, that when you're waiting for people to come to you, that's only about 5% at best of your market that's going to be reaching out to you. So let's just say of those 200,000 people, let's say your market's 200,000 people, only 10,000 of those people are actually going to be looking out and reaching out to people at that time. So if you're just winning those 10,000 people, that could be a very small amount, and 90% of the competition, if not more, is fighting for those 10,000 people. Well, if you can go, I want everything. You set up a good outbound system that's reaching out to all of those people. Now you're a smaller percentage of your competition that's reaching out to all these people. It gives you full control. I mean, this is why you can take a company like Airbnb that had nothing. They go scrape Craigslist rentals. They email every one of the people that are renting rooms out. They build a big enough user base that they can now go raise a seed round. Now they have a multi-billion-dollar company based off outbound. LinkedIn itself was built from cold email outbound. They built their first million users. Like, that is the power of outbound. Salesforce use outbound to scale past $100 million ARR. And this is like the big secret that these big successful companies are using. And it's not a secret, but it's like, for some reason, people don't connect with like how important this is.
Yeah. Absolutely. What I love about outbound is it has a very low barrier to entry. You don't have to have a massive following. You don't have to create content consistently. You don't even have to be known, quote unquote, to get started on a successful outbound strategy. It's as simple as finding your target market, getting a list of their contact information, putting together a really good outbound message, sending that to them and getting them on a call. So whether you are just starting out as an entrepreneur, maybe you have a high ticket offer, potentially you're a coach, consultant, marketing agency, whatever that looks like, you have a high ticket offer, you could get started with outbound. And if you are a larger company looking to expand into different avenues, outbound marketing is a great way to do that as well. So those were the 7 marketing avenues that you can try out, check out, depending on your goals. Again, you determine which is best for you and where you are at right now on your entrepreneurship journey. So if you are resolved to win in all areas of life and business, make sure you give our show a rating. It helps so much. And we will see you back here, The Takeover with Tim and Cindy. Stay winning.